What's up, everybody? Okay, so I put out the one video. I guess it ruffled a lot of feathers when I was saying that, you know, Rich did it to himself and that, it was drugs and not steroids and all this. And a lot of you took it to heart. Maybe I was a little bit too harsh, and I still don't give a damn. I'm sorry. I can't fake it like everybody else. One thing I know in life, people always like to see the worst. By me saying I don't care don't mean I just don't care. Now, that's not saying I don't care if he live or die. It's saying that I clearly don't give a damn because the choices that he made as an adult. He didn't make these. Did nobody else force none of this on him? So I was like, okay, people have to understand that I know this man. Y'all know the persona of this man. The persona of this man. I know this man in and out. So if it got to the point to where I'm like, fuck it, something major had to happen. So whether y'all want to take the time to go through the interview I did with Elephant TV to get the raw and uncut story behind this, to actually see what happened and hear what went on. If y'all don't want to do that, just shut the fuck up. Now, this is the other thing. They didn't release the police report on TMZ. They say that Chanel called the emergency responders or whatever. She called the ambulance. They get there, the paramedics and everything get there. They try to revive him because they know it was an opium overdose. They try to revive him 2 times, and it didn't work. She even tried CPR before they even got there. That didn't work. Let me tell you something. They say they found white powder crushed on a table, a straw, and a credit card on the table. What they tell you? Yeah, okay, she could be panicking, this and that. No, they both was fucking getting high. Bottom line, the bitch was high as a motherfucker, and she didn't know how to react normal to enough to clean up the fucking evidence. So by her not cleaning up the evidence, now it's coming out to the world that Rich Piana is a fucking crackhead, a drug head, a powderhead, a snorter, or whatever you want to call it. She tried to do damage control and say, well, he did have an enlarged heart. I don't know if that contribute to the falling out and this and that. No, what contribute to it was the white powder, the straw, and a credit card. That's what contribute to it. So then they also found 20 bottles of testosterone in total, 20 bottles. So then she was like, he's a known steroid user. He's been using it for over 20 years, blase, blase. I don't like to talk about people like that, but when you do dumb shit, it leaves me no other choice. I don't like to stereotype anyone. You know how they say blondes or bimbos and all that. I don't believe none of that. But she just fit the stereotype. This bitch didn't have enough common sense to remove the 20 bottles of testosterone, which means that is more than personal use, regardless if you have prescription for it. 20 bottles? 20? Okay, she didn't move the white crushed up powder substance. She didn't remove the straw and a credit card. Then she didn't remove the 20 bottles. Yeah, okay, she was probably panicking. Of course she's panicking. But at the same time, panicking and fucking high out of your mind, that's a different ballgame. See, everybody needs to understand I know these people. I really do. So I'm not just making these old wild ass allegations. Now, to those of you out there that just don't rock with me, I don't expect you to even listen to this whole rant. I don't expect you to even see my side because I don't have no side. This just all falls back to the point where I say he's just a terrible role model. Do Mack Truck drink? Absolutely. But I don't drink unless I want to and I'm in my home. I'm not abusing no goddamn drugs and I'm not snorting shit. Not a damn thing. But here this man go. Feeling invisible. Feeling on top of the world. And this wasn't his first episode like that. This is the first time that he passed out. So then they try to say, oh, he hit his head. That's why. Probably after he already was overdosing, ODing on his back, probably bumped and hit his fucking head. You see what I'm saying? So they always say what's in the dark sooner or later come to the light. I can remember 2 incidents that was just like this with him. I never said anything about it when me and him was beefing because that didn't matter. But now we have this going on. And now they try to make it seem like steroids is what did it. The steroids, don't know steroids make you go snort some fucking powder. Don't know steroids make you just go into a fucking seizure and all this shit. You can play around with insulin, that ain't a steroid. Like, and if you don't do it right, you go hypoglycemic, you can pass out, and if you fall asleep on it, you're not waking up normal 9 times out of 10. But this is not the case. So for those of you out there sending all these fake ass well wishes and not keeping it 100, that's on y'all. Guys, don't expect me to be fake and wish a person well just so I can look good in the public's eye. The one thing about me, I'm going to stay who I am and true to myself regardless of the simple fact of who is being offended or not. Because at the end of the day, this is my life, I'm living it. As long as I'm able to live with the decisions that I made, that's all that matters. So at the end of the day, I can't feel bad for him. And neither should none of y'all, because it's a grown man. It's a sad situation, but feeling bad for the choice that he made? Nah. Because let me tell you something. We had talks before about his addiction, and I would try to come up with different ways to try to get him to leave it alone. Like, maybe you should just start drinking. He tried drinking just don't work with him. You know, he kicked the shit for a short period of time. Like, I was in the car, when I say in the car, meaning that I was in the trenches with him trying to help him kick the shit. You see what I'm saying? But when a person got an addiction, they got an addiction. And if he make it through this, I don't know if he gonna learn from it or not. Because when you have the money to where your addiction don't have no cap off, because you got to understand, he don't have to just penny pinch to get the shit. So that's what makes it more dangerous. And just what I was talking to him about just happened. That was the friend part of me. He, the one that lost a friend. I was genuine. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, that's Mack Truck giving it to y'all gun barrel straight. Those of you don't like me, that's y'all business. Those of you that like me and rock with me, you know, that's our business. We're going to continue doing what we doing. We leveling up. And we riding this motherfucking wave that we creating. And it is what it is. And yeah. So those of you, if y'all out there abusing them drugs, understand that Can't nobody feel sorry for you. Nobody. Can't feel bad for you. Get your shit together. Look at the dumb look he's doing. Look at the monkey. Nigga, I'm a gorilla.